Well, good afternoon, all. First of all, thank you, President Macron, for that gracious welcome and for France's strong leadership in hosting the G7 summit this week. It's always a pleasure to meet as partners and friends on the shore of Lake Geneva. This summit comes at a pivotal time. Families across our nations are confronting rising costs, economic uncertainty, and evolving global challenges. The United States arrives with a clear, focused agenda, and that is families first. And that's practical cooperation that delivers tangible improvements in daily life while strengthening the democratic alliances that underpin our shared security and prosperity. The objectives of this G7 are straightforward and ambitious, but I have no doubt that we can accomplish this. We must advance energy security in lowering cost for families, deepen infrastructure resilience, promote education equity and human capital development, and reinforce democratic values and alliance unity. I think alliance unity is probably our biggest thing, and I want all the G7 partners to know, and use well, Mr. President, that the United States, as long as my administration is in power, the United States will back our allies both in the G7 and in NATO. You know, um, like I was saying, the objectives of the G7 are straightforward and ambitious. We must advance security and lowering costs for families, uh, deepen our infrastructure, resilience, promote education equality and human capital development, and restore democratic values and alliance unity. I think I said that once before, but I think it's important. These four pillars guide America's engagement and align closely with France's vision for a more stable and prosperous world. On energy security, American and French families continue to feel the burden of volatile prices. We should deepen cooperation on diversified supply chains, responsible clean energy innovation, and joint actions that bring real relief to households. On infrastructure reliance, the United States is making historic investments in modern systems that strengthen suburban and rural communities, create good jobs, and build long term durability. We welcome deeper transatlantic partnerships on supply chain security and standards that make our economics more resilient to future shocks. On the education equality, strong schools are foundational to opportunity. Back in the United States, the Back to Basics initiative I have started uh, emphasizes teacher retention, early grade proficiency, and mental health support. These are valuable opportunities for G7 nations to share best practices and collaborate on preparing our young people for the future. On democratic values and alliance unity, we must remain clear eyed about the threats to the international order. I know there's a lot of news talking about Iran. Let me talk about that here briefly. I have been consistent throughout this entire situation that I favor a diplomatic solution, a strong, verifiable agreement, and we had one, but a strong, verifiable agreement that prevents Iran from developing a nuclear weapon is far more preferable than any military approach. We should pursue serious diplomacy, addressing enrichment levels, ballistic missiles, and region destability and destabilization, while keeping all options available only as a last resort. President Macron, the partnership between the United States and France under my administration has been a strong driving force for progress. I look forward to candid and productive discussions here today and this week on how we can turn these shared objectives into concrete deliverables, not just for G7, but for the broader work of strengthening democracies and improving lives around the world. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.